why is it that so many vets are against the raw diet? Is it just that in vet school, and as you know, our daughter's a vet, so she came out of vet school just a couple of years ago, but is it just that vet school doesn't teach about nutrition, or what is the deal?
So absolutely, there's no valid nutritional information being taught in veterinary schools today. I mention the word valid because there are certainly people who are diplomats of the animal veterinary nutrition program. What that means is that they're technically specialists in this, but the reality is that their information is coming it is funded and also coming from the conventional pet food industry, which is primarily focused on micronutrients and energy control. So they're breaking everything down into tiny bits and pieces. So even if you're a diplomat in nutrition, a lot of the things that you are saying are absolutely not true in the laboratory of nature. So veterinarians are resistant due to a lack of education, due to the brainwashing that occurs as soon as you enter vet school. Science Diet and Royal Canin are giving you more things, including free food for your own pet, books, all sorts of swag, trying to convince you that their product is the best. Most research projects as well as conventions are highly sponsored by the pet food companies and the drug companies. So again, as a veterinarian, while you're just trying to learn enough to try to help your patients, if you're not curious about why your patients aren't getting better, and go further in your education than what you received in veterinary school, you are going to push back when people come in who are more informed than you, and whether it is food, heartworm preventative, or vaccinations, I really encourage all of you as individuals to educate yourself from a reasonable perspective, aka don't trust the experts. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, I'm just basically telling you guys what I have learned by observing my patients. But also just don't buy into the belief that your veterinarian knows everything about nutrition, because when I went to school, I had a 6-week course that was taught by a gal whose last name was Ralston. So again, I think it's a lack of education. It's certainly fear-based, because the other reality here is a lot of veterinarians supplement their income by selling prescription diets. So they're absolutely not going to question their pet food rep. And for some reason too, and this is rampant, not just in medicine, but also in humans, nature, is that we're just not necessarily making this connection between food and how our body feels. So as people are starting to become more aware, as there is more what I consider unbiased information available, and as you guys find the courage to step outside of the box and try something, I learned most of this from my patients, that I would, even my dogs, again, I started my current animals on a raw food diet for lots of different reasons, and I took my 1.5-year-old Labrador with chronic diarrhea to a normal stool in 2 days on a raw food diet. Obviously got me very interested, and hence led to this level of education that I'm trying to put out there for everybody, veterinarian and pet owner alike.
Yeah, I love that, because and those are the calls that we get, a lot of calls. Not only is it skin issues, allergy issues, but it is this chronic diarrhea. And we have a vet here in Evergreen that actually says, listen, I don't know too much about the raw diet, and I applaud them for that. They're actually our vet, and they will send them over to Rick and I, and we will help them get those stools, nice and neat. Now, what's coming, because you were talking about Royal Canin, and I just had somebody, I have this constantly where someone takes their dog in, and they put them on a Royal Canin diet. So I am actually going through right now, Dr. Klein, and going through every ingredient in Royal Canin. I'll be putting that out there pretty soon. There's not really too much in here that I love.
There's, I mean, even any bag of dog food, and and you had sent me that blog, and again, this was where the whole board certified veterinary nutritionist specialist at one of this country's veterinary institutions actually put in her statement, do not bother to read the label, it will just confuse you. So again, here is a veterinary nutrition specialist telling the public that it is not important to know what they're putting into their pet's body because it'll just confuse you. I'm sorry, but how idiotic is that?